On a time long ago, in the land where the teachings of wisdom and enlightenment bloomed, there lived a man with a heart full of questions. His name was Alok, and he had heard of a sage whose wisdom was said to be as boundless as the sky. This sage, none other than the revered Buddha, was known to possess answers that illuminated the path of life. Driven by a thirst for knowledge and understanding, Alok embarked on a journey to find the Buddha. After traversing lush forests, crossing rivers, and climbing mountains, he finally arrived at the serene garden where the sage often resided. With a heart pounding with anticipation, Alok approached the Buddha and knelt before him, his eyes humbly lowered. "I come seeking answers, revered one," Alok said, his voice trembling with respect. "I have 3 burning questions that weigh heavily upon my soul. When is the right time to do something? Who are the right people to be with? What is the most important thing to do?" The Buddha gazed at Alok, his eyes filled with a profound compassion that seemed to encompass all of existence. After a brief silence that stretched like eternity, he spoke in a voice that carried the wisdom of ages. "The right time is now," the Buddha replied, his words resonating like gentle ripples on a tranquil pond. "The past is but memories, and the future is uncertain. The only moment you truly possess is this very instant. It is within the now that actions can take root and blossom." Alok felt a weight lift from his shoulders, as if he had been carrying burdens of the past and anxieties of the future that were suddenly cast aside. The first question was answered, and the seed of understanding began to sprout within him. As Alok eagerly waited, the Buddha continued, "The right people are those around you. Family, friends, strangers you encounter, all are vessels of connection and growth. Cherish these connections, for they shape the fabric of your life. Through shared experiences, laughter, and even tears, you learn and evolve together." Alok's heart swelled with a newfound appreciation for the people who filled his life, both known and yet to be discovered. The second question was answered, and he felt a profound sense of interconnectedness with all living beings. Finally, leaning forward slightly, the Buddha shared the last piece of his wisdom. "The most important thing to do is to care for others. Compassion is the heart of humanity. When you extend your hand to help another, when you listen without judgment, when you ease the suffering of those around you, you align yourself with the very essence of existence." Tears welled in Alok's eyes as he absorbed these words. The third question was answered, and he realized that true purpose and fulfillment could be found in acts of kindness and selflessness. With a sense of reverence and gratitude, Alok bowed before the Buddha, his heart overflowing with the wisdom he had received. As he left the presence of the sage and ventured back into the world, he carried the 3 questions and their answers like precious gems within his soul. From that day forward, Alok embodied the teachings he had received. He lived each moment fully, embracing the present with gratitude and purpose. He nurtured his relationships, fostering connections that enriched his life and the lives of those around him. And he dedicated himself to acts of compassion, becoming a beacon of light in a world that often seemed dim. Through his actions, Alok spread the story of the 3 questions and the wisdom of the Buddha. His life became a testament to the transformative power of living in the moment, cultivating meaningful connections, and embracing the practice of compassion. And so, in the tapestry of existence, Alok's story became intertwined with countless others who, inspired by his example, found themselves asking the same questions and seeking the same answers. As the generations unfolded, the story continued to remind humanity of the profound simplicity that guided the path to a purposeful and fulfilled life. The understanding that the right time is now, the right people are those around you, and the most important thing to do is to care for others.